Oh, good evening, everybody. We are going to play another episode of Lost Seas. This is our third episode of Season 2. As a catch-up for everybody, including one of our players, the party managed to cause Arlana to no longer be stone. Sailed for a good while doing minor repairs to get to the city of Bels, and then when Kogo went to go get the papers for the Port Authority, she accidentally grabbed the last remaining bead of the cursed necklace from the tomb from the Whitehall Islands. She turned into a sheep. She set stuff on fire. She made more sheep. She then shot lightning, then resulted in returning back to herself, but then proceeded to run, jump out in the ocean, summon a mono drone, get 5 inches taller while growing a tail, and then caused almost everybody on the Tory to shit themselves. Does that sum up last week?
I'd say so. For the niche.
So, it affected some of the people on the Port Authority boat that came out to see y'all. So let me transition this scene. And we will start episode 3, New Bels. So, Kogo, you're just out in the water. Got a monkey tail. There's this little dude who looks like a gear with an eye trying to swim around you poorly. And you have a sneaking suspicion that there's a lot of bad stuff that happened back on the Tory at the moment.
Go back there. Don't get yelled at. But Kogo's gonna very slowly paddle back to the boat.
Okay, and you're able to get back up on the boat, Kogo, fairly easy from the rigging that's over the side. Gleam, you soiled yourself as this one single solitary note rippled from where Kogo was throughout the water. There's also several members of the crew other than Arlana and Corva that are awkwardly standing and walking around like, I don't know what happened. Avi, it's been rough. You got the crew back. Kiwi's still yelling at Aldrich, which is nothing new. But you hear this loud bass tone. You feel your tummy. You feel your tummy quiver for a second, but nothing happened because you're too far away. But as you look from the mainstay of your ship, you see that almost everybody on the deck of the Tory and the entirety of one of the 3 Port Authority boats that are guiding you into the harbor at Bels are all standing there with these faces of terrible recognition of something that they've just done.
I can't take a nap for 3 hours without something happening. Oh, Freki.
Yeah, Bosh, what do you need?
What happened?
I don't got a damn clue. But I'll be honest, some of those folks over in that boat look like they shit their pants.
And you would be the expert at this. But then again, in hindsight, asking you was probably not the smartest decision that I've made today. Kiwi, do we know what's going on?
Captain, I don't know, that's on the other boats. Kogo ran off that boat, setting parts of it on fire, and then jumped into the ocean. That's all I could see.
It's not Tuesday. How close are the boats?
There are 2 small kind of Port Authority barges ahead of you Then there is the one that had the harbor master on it. That is between you and the Tory, and the Tory's probably about a boat and a half length behind you.
There we go. You know, one day we're going to go to Kiwi. One day we're going to go 24 hours without something absolutely horrible happening.
It sounds like pie in the sky there, sir.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I worry.
Gleam, what are you doing at this moment of terrible realization?
I'll just also rope over, try to get her back up on the boat. Oh, he doesn't care. So, it's not the first time, it won't be the last. Because I'll clean off my poop.
Well, that'll take you a minute. It seems like everybody on the boat is moving their way to either below deck, or you see Billy Gob Thornton swing down a rope into the water for a minute and just shake his back end in it, and then climb his way back up.
I'm gonna put my hook hood up and jump in the water, pull pants down, kind of bidet myself a little bit, climb back up.
Are you going to cast control water?
No. My cloak, it lets me breathe underwater.
No, I'm saying you said make a bidet, so I thought you were going to use control water.
No, just like by shaking it, maybe like kind of splash it up in there a little bit.
This is how the stream starts.
I think it's like controlled water that'd be more of a colonic.
You just see Gleam shoot up out of the water on a geyser. So by the time you actually make it to the port, people have cleaned up. I was going to switch the map for y'all, but right now it seems like it's being slow.
And by the way, I did just go ahead and pull up my laptop, so I've got the map on my laptop, and then I'm using my desktop to play, so we're good.
Okay, has the map changed for everybody? Is the ambient music playing for everybody?
Seagulls.
So you are now in the small city of Bels. It is it's much smaller than what you're used to, because most of the time y'all have stopped in the large cities such as Barbosa or Cien, or I think it was Brokor. So y'all's boats are pushing the limit of what this harbor can actually accommodate. As you get to the docks, Avi, after you are moored, a representative of the the harbor master comes up. It's just this little stout halfling, kind of like light sun bleached hair, dark skin. Just looks at you. I'm going to need your papers, just to make sure that you are a registered vessel.
Sure. I will. Do we have papers on the Pride?
You did pay for papers on the Pride.
Yeah, we did pay for papers. I will pull out my little billfold seal and pass him the papers.
He looks them over. Oh, okay. Yeah, that new trading company we heard about. Little boat came here. Loud, angry dragonborn on it.
What was that?
He said, oh yeah, the new trading company out of Barbosa. Yeah, we've had one of your other boats, a loud, angry dragonborn, was on it.
Good. No trouble, I hope.
No, just he tried to smash some stuff. we informed him that was a bad idea with a 3-day stay in jail. I believe his name was Yaresh.
Yes. He is an emotional one. Good guy, but a good guy in a fight. Not exactly a diplomat.
I understand. Now, I will have to ask you to lock all these ports on the side of your vessel for these very well armed. I'm guessing you're the escort for the cargo vessel that's also just docked. But I need you to lock the ports and keep those ballistae unloaded.
Yes, completely understandable. Can we make Aldrich do work?
He just looks at you, and the just smallest smirk on that little Kiwi bill as you notice that Aldrich has been single-handedly looping all the excess rope. Actually working at another part of the boat. You just hear Kiwi start yelling at him. I was like, oh shit, okay, fine, what am I supposed I was already, fine. God damn.
I thought he did something, probably, I imagine. He always does something. If he hasn't, then it's just preemptive punishment for what he does.
Okay, now, as a update for you, Avi, because you were not here, Nunya that y'all were going to hire, the very large snapping turtle-like turtle, and Hannah Waves, the water ganassi from the Imperial Navy, both made it to your boat, or on your boat now after escaping. I have not made them characters yet, but over on the Tory, you do have Larry, Gary, and Jerry, the former guards of Hook Finn.
Yeah. Is there an inn nearby where we can potentially get some food, cold drink, and privacy for some internal system?
No, yeah, if you go over into the town, you'll go down go to the south end to the Miro Way district. There's a couple different inns. If you want privacy, they can pretty much all get it to you. But anything specific you're looking for?
We rather hurriedly picked up a few new crew members, and the general contracts and wage negotiations with sacrifices.
Okay, well, if that's the case, the one I would recommend is called Taters. Tadder.
I'm not hungry for baked potatoes.
But that is the rather larger folks' place to stay. They call the other half of the inn Tater Tots, which I do not enjoy that joke, and please don't make it, or else maybe your stay here in Bels may not be as pleasant as you wish.
Completely understandable.
There's a couple other ones, such as the Manta Ray's Frill. There is also a bar here by the name of Now or Later. And then there's another bar/inn, if you're low on coin, called Dirges.
Here's a very pointed question. What is the communal, like the community's view on goblins in general?
They can be hard-working individuals.
Nice to hear. Okay, I believe we'll probably be at Taters. Seeing as we have a fair amount of halflings and goblins, and I think that it would be nice to have them to have somewhere that has place specifically built for them so that they are not climbing all over furniture.
He does not look amused at your last part of that comment, Avi.
I mean no disrespect. I literally mean all of the furniture on our ships and the past 3 places that we have been built for humans and above. Someplace where they can actually just sit and not have to climb up onto a chair to sit and then have to look over a table like a child. Somewhere where they feel normal.
He just kind of waves as you continue talking. The harbor fee will be 10 gold a night. If you wish for additional security, it's 15 gold a night. You need to pay up front. If you leave early, we will refund you.
Excellent. Where I can't. Do I have the bean counter, or are they on Tory?
Let me look, because y'all have crews underneath your.
Yeah.
She is over on the Tory, as well as most of y'all's inventory, which they'll pop up on the stream for a minute. Y'all didn't write anything down in. Y'all have a buttload of stuff. I hope that someone has kept up with that list.
I think we have. We just didn't try to put it into the note.
I think you had a Word document, but it's been a year. So if you can find it, that would be super helpful because I don't remember everything y'all had in that boat.
You are correct. I will look for that. Momentarily. So look at our treasurer is, and I'm going to point over to the Tory. If you come with me, we can settle the harbor.
Very good. Lead the way. And over on the other boat, Gleam, you've cleaned yourself up, gotten back on. Arlana's focusing on getting the boat tied off. Kogo, a very unhappy harbor master, has a very awkward walk up the gangplank. And just kind of looks at all of the whole crew who all seems to be in the same kind of condition. And have you gone and put on any clothes, Kogo, or are you still just Kogo?
She probably would have at least put on pants. That's probably it. She's still in the water, technically. Well, how long have they been docked at this point?
Maybe about 10 minutes.
Yeah, she actually probably would be fully dressed at that point then.
But the harbor master, I was going to make accusations about all this, but it seems you were affected by whatever that was, too. And you now have a tail.
Kogo's tail is going to kind of whip around for a second to the front. She'll look at it, do a little flip-flop, look back at him. Yes, I really didn't mean to touch that again, but...
So wait, this was your fault?
Actually, not this time. Whoever put it in the damn desk was.
No. I have
Sir, is there a problem with having tails?
The halfling looks at you. First off, I am a woman. Thank you. But, no, I have a boat full of guards that have soiled themselves, and your cohort here that seems to be one of the co-captains on the vessel said she touched something and caused it to happen.
Well, we all shit ourselves. Everybody should.
This means that it means that I feel like we need to investigate this vessel for potentially dangerous objects or ask you to leave port.
Literally, I ate something real bad. And that's the damn truth. I ate something real fucking bad.
This will be a perception or persuasion check, Kogo.
Alright.
It will be at disadvantage because you've already said you touched something, but this time it wasn't your fault.
Where is my position? Up here. I can't roll performance on that.
Nope. Oof. That's a 1.
Hey, Gleam, you got any of that advantage?
Yeah. So she just looks at you. No, you said you touched something when you went below decks. So here are your options. We can either let you take your battered ship back out of Bels onto the sea, or you can let my men do a quick investigation of your hull. One of you may be with them. And if nothing is found to be dangerous, we will continue. On with everything else about getting you into port and possibly about the repairs that you had mentioned beforehand.
Let me get with my cohorts right quick, but I'm pretty sure option 2 is going to be fine. But I'll check right quick and we'll let you know.
Okay, about that time, Avi, you see there's a boat full of halflings and a dwarf that are not happy, that seem to be quickly, like they're unloading and quickly making their way down the dock towards a building. And you can see a rather unhappy halfling woman with 2 guards with her on the deck of the Tory. As Kogo and the new tiefling friend that you have made are going to go speak with Arlana at the helm.
I mean, Abby's never met me.
He hasn't? I thought he would have seen.
I don't think so.
Well, y'all have also sailed for like 2 weeks. There's a good chance that communication. Y'all swam over to the other boat.
Oh, if he was awake during that, then yeah. He technically would have seen him over there.
Or if you want to play it that you've never seen him before, Avi, that's cool too. But this is the scene you find yourself in, Avi, with this member of the Port Authority, or the Harbor Authority. So what do you do?
Are you asking Avi?
I was asking Avi, yes, because he's coming up the boat. Oh, hold on.
Oh.
You there, Avi? Did Avi lose audio?
It seems like it. I don't see him lighting up green.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, sorry. This would be a thing again. Okay. Halfling, angry, talking to Kogo. That's last thing I heard.
There is a. You see, there's a disgruntled halfling with 2 guards. Kogo is walking with your new tiefling friend up to the helm to talk to Arlana.
Oh, good. This has started early. This is great. Perfect. If you will excuse me for a moment, I will send our secretary down with your payment. I will make my way up past past their area. Going, I'll be there in a moment. And I'm going to take the payment of the said payment.
As you're walking, Avi, there is a rather strong smell to the deck of the Tory right now. You're pretty sure it's shit? You're pretty sure it's shit. But
Okay.
That's more questions than answers at this point.
Okay. It's the That's friend. That's what I'm looking for.
Yep.
I will go to. I will go to Sid's friend. Sid's friend, please come with me. Please come with me and bring the ship going first, please.
It's gonna be just a second. There, Mr. Avi. It's I gotta clean something up first, and then I'll be right there.
Okay. Where is the ship's going first? I will handle it.
It's in the safe that you always put it in.
Good. Okay. I will go down. Grab the enough from the ship fund. Walk back up, past back by the helm where everyone else is. Can I pay the harbor fee, or is there an issue?
Kogo?
Say again?
Avi just asked if there is an issue with him paying the harbor fee.
Oh, no, I don't believe so.
Great. This looks serious. I will be there momentarily. I'll walk over, and I will. I found the loot sheet. How much was it? It was 10 a day.
It is 10 a day for just being docked at the harbor. It's 15 a day if you want to pay for additional security. That would allow you to leave a skeleton crew on both vessels and allow the majority of the crew R&R in port.
Okay. I will pay the 30. Is it 15 per ship?
It's 15 per ship per day.
I will pay. I will pay for 2 days, and as a hand out the gold. I will go 2 days for now. If we need more time, I will pay you in advance tomorrow.
You gave me 4 days worth for your ship. I cannot accept any payment on the Tory yet. There seems to be an issue that my boss has.
He's going to stare at him and just go. Can you hold on to that temporarily?
Most certainly.
You know what? Give me. I will. Here is for the prize. I will return directly once I figure out what's happening.
As you go to turn, the harbor master is like, as you turn, Avi, the harbor master is like right there. As you turn around, you almost barrel over her. She looks at you. The problem is that one of your crew members stated she touched a magical object that caused multiple members of my vessel and the port authority to soil themselves, as well as the members of this vessel, which means there's a potential dangerous magic item within your hold, which means that I feel that we need to do an investigation.
No, that got dropped in the sea.
Apparently, these people have never seen.
I mean, you gotta do it every now and then.
Well, y'all are up on the helm with Arlana, I thought, and this is like right back down at the gangplank.
Oh, I didn't realize.
I'm just telling Kogo. Apparently, these people never seen.
I don't understand how. I mean.
So we would like to investigate your hold to make sure there is no dangerous item. You may have members of your crew along with my authority looking through to make sure that we are not taking anything or touching anything that might cause more of a danger.
Okay. May you and I go and so can I show you the I shouldn't even call it an artifact. It is a. Have you ever heard of Mixel?
Yes, I have. And if you have any of his items, we need to make sure they are properly contained.
Yeah. See, that is the issue. We are at a position with this thing. This thing is kind of difficult to get rid of. We have not found a proper way to dispose of this yet.
Well, then, if you would please allow me and some of my Port Authority to go through, like I said, you can go with us. You can detail off everything we find that is on your register. If there's anything that seems out of place or too dangerous, we will speak with you about what the options can be. But if you do refuse, I will be asking you to have this vessel leave port, as it might possibly pose a danger, or its contents could pose a danger to my city.
Understandable. If you would excuse me for a moment while I speak with my co-captains, and we will get this resolved quickly and easily.
Make my way back up to the helm where everyone's at is. Okay. So apparently, Avi taking a nap is not something that can happen. Because apparently when Avi takes naps, bad things happen.
Like Kogo eating her foot.
Yeah. Let's go with that one.
I don't know. That's why I asked you.
Yeah.
Y'all are the ones that keep the writings and the ledgers and the smart stuff about the things that are in the Kogo Dome.
We will, yes, we will go through. I will stay with them. We need a harbor to fix the Tory. We can't exactly not go along. It's not like we can really fix it. It's not like we really have the opportunity to fix her while at sea.
But that folding boat, though.
Yes, this is true. We have 2 folding boats.
And we also have all the supplies we need to fix the boat.
That is another thing. So, yeah, could we do it? Yes, we could. It would take at least a month to find a small forested, deserted island to source the lumber ourselves. Or we bite the bullet and do what the nice lady says and walk her through and actually have hot meals.
I mean, what did she say she was looking for? Because if we have it, that's part of the consideration.
She is not looking for anything. She wants to look at everything. I don't think we have anything major. I don't think we have.
Your things, didn't you spit it up?
I told her. No, I didn't. That was out of character. She was too far away. I can tell her. I don't know if it's going to change anything.
Real quick, Avi, why don't you go over for everybody what you have currently in the hold of the Tory? Because I don't believe you're using the Pride for hauling anything just yet, have you?
No. Since we got the Pride, we were kind of slightly staffed her, and looking at it, let's see, we got a few trinkets, the beads, 400 gallons of brandy, 40 dead chickens, 8 dead cows, 10 full sets of manacles, 62 assorted ballista bolts, 120 gallons of fresh water, 3 ornate jade monkeys, a 10-inch platinum statue of Bahamut. We have Scorpius, which is hidden. That's all other stuff held by people, and and all of the treasure, which as it stands now is two 1,000 gold piece diamonds, 50,000 gold pieces, 280 platinum, a 5,000 gold piece gem diamond, 20 GP rupees, 1,500 platinum, 300 silver, 200 copper, and another 8,100.
That's a lot of stuff.
Y'all kind of found a pirate treasure hoard.
Yeah.
At one point.
So it's mostly loot.
Don't y'all also have, I think y'all have a potted plant that produces healing potions, a singing sword, a painting that acts as a security system.
I've got some of that stuff, but I don't have that painting. I'm getting ice cream. I will check my screen in a second.
That's the end of the power plant. Security painting.
Wait, there is a trumpet that plays itself that Kogo got that is still in the hold, just going of the Tory.
A trumpet.
It's just, I think it's just playing Fly to the Bumblebee.
Alright, yeah, I've got the Egg of Questionableness, the Tory Rejuve. Well, I don't know one. I still have the +1 drawers that I don't carry around with me, so that's the situational drawers that we don't know of yet. Then the deck of several things: Trumpet of Mangione, holding handkerchief bed, but I do think it's currently wrecked. And
You broke it. You broke it with Aldrich after getting completely wasted one night. By that, I don't know what you did. I'm just imagining Aldrich was asleep in it because it was a little bed, and then you just laid on top of him. and just crushed the little folding bed. But yeah, you got the Trumpet of Mangione that just is constantly playing.
And I think pretty much all of those things are in Kogo's stuff, so not on her. So.
Is there just a muffled trumpet from a box?
Maybe we can brand the brown note on that thing. That might work.
Your poor crew.
Got that stuff I got. That is what we have. That is what I have on my list currently with the other things. Including the security painting, the singing sword, and the healing potted plant. Okay, so that being said, yes, we are agreed.
Yes.
I will make my way back down to the gangplank. Look at the harbor master, and if you you would follow me, I will show you to our home.
Very well, and she'll follow you.
Great. And I will make our way down into the hole. I will open the barrels and stuff. This is where we have this, and this is where we have this, and like give them a kind of tour, let them look around at everything, and get to and look around and find the bead and go. And this thing is the problem.
Did Kogo? I thought Kogo spit that out in the ocean.
I actually ended up, spitting it out, choking it out in the ocean.
Yeah, so the bead is gone.
Okay. And apparently my cohort has we will say released the offending artifact down to the depths where no one can solve problems with it again.
Okay, Avi, the investigation that they're going to do is going to take about 5 hours.
Jesus. $5 hours?
Yep.
Okay.
Where are we right now?
You are at the helm unless you decide to follow Avi down into the hold with them.
Yeah, I'll have somebody else man the helm and I'll go down below.
It's just where we would be. There's nobody working. We're down.
You're moored.
So I'm going to turn to Arlana and I'm going to turn to Arlana and I'm going to turn to the harbor master and go. With this being said, before I send our treasurer and the rest of our crew to town to take care of the things that we need to take care of, may we pay the harbor master for the Tory now?
Okay, are you saying at the end of the 5 hours?
No, this is like as they're starting.
She looks at you. No. You can pay when we're done. Also, I'm going to ask you that none of your crew leave the boat while we're doing this.
So it's less that we can stay with you, and more that we have to.
I'd really prefer you not to leave harbor right now. But until the investigation's done, I cannot register you into the city. And I'd prefer that your crew did not leave, and my guards would probably keep them from leaving the docks. This is routine. It'll be done soon.
When she was talking to Kogo and I, did I get a sense she's up to something, or is this actually...
Give me an insight check. She's on the up and up. She just seems like a stifler. Or, sorry, not stifler, a stickler. She's
a pain in the ass.
If she was stifler, y'all be like, yeah, come into the city, dude. It'll be great. I know this great place to party.
So, if this is the case, then is it okay if we have our crew, and this includes the crew of the prize, to come and actually start to assess damages and potential, and so that we can at least get started on figuring out what we need to repair our ship?
That's fine, but I can also tell you that looking at it, you're going to need to have a large section of your hull replaced.
That we know. What we are trying to figure out is exactly how much of what he's doing.
She points, and you see that her eyes have this slight blue glow to them, Avi. And she traces with a finger, and you see about a 20-foot long section of the hole. That is where all the holes are, and it follows the seams, it follows the ribs of the boat. You're going to need to replace all of that and more than likely 2 of those ribs.
Great. How many square foot is that?
A lot, because the DM does not know.
Exactly. Does she know exactly?
Let's see, 20. Probably about equivalent of about 100 square feet. Maybe more.
Oh, okay. Neat. That's a great trick. With my learning it, honestly. Great. So I will get comfortable and start looking, and we will. My companion here and I will start going over paperwork. And while you do what you need to do, if you have any questions, let me know. Or let one of us.
She just nods and goes back to documenting.
I'm just gonna look at Arlana, shake my head, and go. This is what I get for taking a nap. Things like this happen when I sleep.
I got petrified and had to drive the boat, so, you know.
Yeah. We've had a really, really shitty one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like that, here, smaller town, potentially smaller issues. That's what I'm hoping. He's gonna knock on something with knock on wood. This is what we're hoping for.
Bird tired, I'm good.
That is something that I would very much, especially this one that grew in. Let's not get into that again, because that was horrible. Let's go and tell the others to start figuring out what we'll need to fix the boat.
See, real quick, Kogo, roll me a D100.
She threw it up, buddy!
42. I'm
Kogo,
not talking to you. Shut up.
Kogo, your forearm on your left arm is really itchy, and as you look down, that little, like, the little nubs of fingers that were sticking out, now there's, like, legit a tiny baby hand on the end of your stump, just weirdly there, wiggling.
Not this thing again, damn it.
And I have one Popeye the Sailor arm.
But yeah, you now have just this tiny, almost vestigial baby hand on the end of that arm now.
This is strong. It's her strong hand.
She's gonna cover it and run off to try to find like a scrap of cloth to wrap around it again.
Okay, also roll me another D100, Kogo.
DM? Yep. What are you doing?
Roll me another D100.
95.
95. Kogo, your tail as you're running smacks Billy Gob Thornton across the ass without you making it. And he just like turns around looking to figure out what just happened.
Do I realize my tail did that, or did it like have a mind of its own?
You realized your tail did that, but you did not think for it to do that. And as you look down, you see the tail, the little cow tuft at the end of it that you said it has, turn and look up at you, almost like it's got its mind of its own, and then it just goes back to moving.
Well, to think of what Kogo would do in this moment, to be quite honest, because that was not something I was prepared for. I think for now she's just going to turn away with her eyes really wide, kind of slap herself in the face a little bit, and then shake it off and
with the baby hand.
And baby hand. We're not the baby hand.
Oh my god. Sure, both hands. She's not thinking. She just Oh my god.
So this is gonna take like 5 hours.
If y'all are gonna do, as the DM, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, if you are choosing not to do anything different during this 5 hours, they're gonna just pass. Is there anything you would like to do, or anything you would like to act on at this moment?
Are we close enough to the Devil's Pride that I could like hop over there for a second?
Y'all are on either side of the same dock, and it seems like they're not stopping you from going between vessels.
I'm gonna hop over the Devil's Pride, and I'm gonna go check on Boss, because I have not actually been able to see him since we left Pirate Town.
And Kogo's gonna go try to find a doctor.
You cannot leave the boats.
I'm a doctor.
You're going to go to Gleam? Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so Arlana, you get over there.
About as much as a doctor as you're going to get from me.
Pretty much.
Boss is not wearing his full studded leathers. Arlana, he is also kind of just playing on an instrument, watching Aldrich hanging off the side of the boat with Tyrone, having to seal all the gun ports of the Pride as Kiwi stands menacingly on top of a barrel, glaring down at the two of them, and Boss is just playing music, watching this unfold.
Simple, huh?
It seems that way.
I'm able to see since we got out of there. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Healed. Scarred. Have a story. I hate evil demon birds now, too. I think I might have a complex.
Yeah, I suddenly have a slight phobia of getting turned into stone again, I think.
That's understandable. I've also learned a little bit of Ogwin from Nunya. And he just points over at this like 6.5 foot tall turtle that looks like, was it Tokar from the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
Is he teaching you good things or bad words?
Boss just smiles. He's teaching me the important ones.
Cleric. Got it. Well, scared me for a minute back there. Glad to see you're alright.
Good to see that you're not stoned anymore.
And, sorry again for... I know we already talked about this, but sorry for... Wishing we didn't get a pause when you came on. I would miss that. We're glad to have you. You were definitely a big help back there. Just a weird-ass monkey bird.
I certainly was. I forgive you. And we have a cleric now, so best of both worlds for you.
We do have a cleric, so I can't. And we're stuck on a boat for another about 5 hours.
About the time you see Boss extend his tail and flip one of the gun ports open, and Kiwi just starts yelling at the two halflings to fix it.
I like that she starts laughing. You're a cheeky fuck.
Well, everyone seems to shit on him. Get your laughs where you can. Then again, we all shit on these two, and Jensen on the other boat. Are we going to ever talk about how Kogo fucked a demon for drugs?
I mean, both up the demon for drugs. I don't know what we can do on that. And I mean, Kogo, I've learned, can kick my ass pretty easy, so, you know.
And with that phrase, we go to Kogo going to Gleam on the other boat.
Great segue.
Because I'm a demon-looking man.
I mean, that is true.
Kogo, are you gonna walk up? You got any weed?
You gotta get them up. Drugs.
You literally fucked a bearded devil for mushrooms.
Hey, that shit was good, man.
Right, bro? I do, but it's all dry around here.
Yeah, Kogo's gonna go over and she's gonna be kind of holding her, like, arm weird again. And she's also gonna be, like, glancing over her shoulder every now and then. Like, it looks like she thinks someone's following her. She keeps having this, like, paranoid glance thing going on. So she's gonna walk up to Gleam and be like, I need some smart person help.
Okay.
And she's gonna hold up the, oh, go ahead.
I'm not super smart, but...
Well, you do the healing thing, right? Like, you make things better?
Yeah.
Okay, this. She's gonna hold her stump in front of me. She's got, like, little bitty fingers and they kind of do, like, a little wiggle wave. Fuck is this?
Inside of his head, he goes, what fuck? But he doesn't do that.
Okay, give me a deception check. Give me a deception check, Gleam.
Oh my god. Is that wisdom against that?
That would be an insight check against it.
Insight? Oh shit, let me see. Hey!
Everybody else on the boat sees Gleam initially go, eee! But Kogo, you are completely distracted and don't notice
There's like
it.
a little mental note that goes through Kogo's head. Man, this guy, he's really good if he knows what this shit is. He wasn't even phased. Huh.
Do I know what this shit is?
You are looking at it. Give me a medicine check.
60.
That is a tiny orcish hand growing out of the end of her severed arm.
If you're grown back.
I don't have scales.
Oh, is it covered in scales?
No, I don't have scales. Only scale things do this!
And apparently you. Well, I've heard of spells that you can do that for anything. I'm not capable of that, but it's happened on things without scales.
Not that I've seen. That's normal? You're saying it's normal?
It's totally normal. 100% normal.
I'm going to need to check on that.
Deception check.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Kogo, this is not normal.
Kogo starts breathing a little faster and, like, borderline hyperventilating. Do I cut it off again? Does it need proof?
Let's leave it. No, let's leave it. Leave it for
Are
now.
you
Let's
sure?
see where it goes. Yep. Let's leave it for now. See where. Let me. Hold on. Let me. Give it here. And I'm gonna touch it and just cast guidance, so it looks like I'm casting magic on it.
Okay, so he does some hand waves and he says some words, Kogo, and touches, like, okay, Gleam, it's super smooth and soft, and the second you put your finger on it, the little baby hand grabs your finger.
Look, it works.
Wait. What? 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 What?
think I just made it work, so now it'll be fine.
Okay, real quick, Kogo, roll me a D100.
Oh god.
Oh my god, poor Kogo.
15.
Ooh. Okay, real quick, Gleam, give me a perception check.
Natural 20 for 29.
Jesus.
As you go to look at that, Gleam, you notice all of a sudden Kogo 1 now has a tail, and it's slowly moving around to like mess or try to grab something near your belt, but the second you look down, it just looks up at you and goes and just pulls back behind Kogo and goes back to being a tail.
Am I going to have to teach my tail the No-No Square song?
No, you've now just inherited a Disney sidekick character that is your tail.
Oh my goodness.
Are you trying to steal from me?
Maybe? I didn't. It did.
Ooh, you are all kinds of strange.
So it's not normal, right? That's what I'm getting out of this.
The tail.
Is bad.
The tail is totally not normal.
But I also feel like hand's not normal.
It grabbed me. It's fine. It'll be 3 days. It'll be a perfectly great hand.
3 days. I have your word.
There's 3 days. Yep.
She's gonna extend her normal sized hand as a handshake.
Shake your hand.
3 days. Can you at least cover it up in the meantime?
Yeah, I'll just wrap it up, I guess.
It's weird. I don't like it.
How big is it? Like, is it like a 2-year-old's arm or like a 2-month-old's arm?
This is like a 2-month-old baby hand sticking out of the end of Kogo's arm. So it's like Kogo's big old meaty forearm for about like 3-4 inches, and then this little bitty baby hand sticking out of it.
I'll put it down and like wrap it almost like around her chest, like the wrapping, like an ace bandage kind of like around her chest, but it holds her arm to her side.
Okay.
Kogo is now armless.
Avi.
Now it just looks like you've been stabbed.
Avi, are you staying?
Cool?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't know what's cool.
Avi, are you staying on the Tory, or are you going to go back to the Pride?
No, I'm going to sit down at the desk on the Tory and start just kind of shuffling.
Right.
Huh?
You go into the captain's, as you go down to the captain quarters on the second floor of the Tory, Avi, the bed has been chewed up and torn apart and burned mostly. The desk is destroyed. There's little round burn marks the size and shape of a sheep's hoof. This room is trashed.
Well, considering everything that I was expecting was. I kind of started shuffling and kind of picking up the shit that was in the desk and kind of starting to get, just kind of start to clean up a bit while I wait. So while we're waiting.
Okay, give me a wisdom save, Avi. You feel you need to draw a card because you're a little bored and your hands are a little itchy. Roll me a d10. Actually, hold on. Roll me a d6 because there's only 6 places left of in your deck. Oh, okay. Avi? Let's see, you're on the Tory, correct?
Yep.
Roll me a d4.
Okay.
Okay. Claire, I'm very sorry.
Oh. What?
Avi was 1, Gleam was 2, you were 3, and 4 was going to be Billy Gob. But it's not all bad. Your charisma permanently goes up by 2.
And the downside?
You must determine what causes your charisma to go up by 2 permanently.
What? How so?
Does like Kogo just all of a sudden get more articulate? Does Kogo like somehow just become, I don't know. There's something about you that is going to make you more likable or appealing.
More confident, better looking.
Do her tits get bigger?
That's up to you.
I mean,
I mean...
I don't know. I'm just saying something about you changes that makes you more likable, and it is your choice. I'm not going to make that decision as the DM.
So is it now like a... Oh, God. I'm trying to...
You just have a permanent twinkle in your
Kogo gets dimples?
That could work. Or like little freckles. Actually, no. Okay, let's do that. Kogo's nose changes from like that big, like smushed orc nose to like an actually like kind of cute, attractive nose. Like it's still kind of big, but it's like much more like human and like cute. It like ultimately makes her face just look a lot better for some reason.
It makes her face more symmetrical. Would that be it? Because I don't want to say like make her look better.
That makes sense. Yeah, we can do like symmetrical. Like it's no longer like broken looking like it was. Because let's be honest, she probably had a crooked nose from it being broken, so it like straightened up and like is now more in line. So it's not like she's
doctor I am.
It's not like she's like her features have changed. It's like it just kind of mended itself in a way. I guess it's like, yeah.
Okay, so what does that bring Kogo's charisma up to now?
12.
So she's got a +1. Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, fair enough.
So Gleam, right in front of you, Kogo's nose just all of a sudden shifts and moves. You could see where the multiple fractures from the number of fights she's gotten in shifts and changes. In fact, it kind of even changes the shape a little bit of her cheekbones because it pulls some of that skin back a little taut. And so Kogo just magically got a nose job in front of you. You know what? I'm going to say this.
Oh.
There are a couple freckles just for Cleric.
Oh, wow.
What?
How do I say this? Every woman goes through a phase in their life where their
I
bodies
think my
change.
mother gave me this discussion already.
How old are you?
Hold up. I forgot. 32.
Kogo, you notice as you're talking, like that little bit that there's a slight different note to your voice, and your face itches.
Cross your eyes a little bit.
She's gonna do so and like kind of reach up to scratch her nose and realize she can actually like. There's like a weird blur, and what it is the fact that the bridge of her nose is actually back, standing up rather than just completely flat on her face. And she's gonna reach up and poke the tip of her nose, kind of poke the side, and she's gonna stick a finger up her nose. Oh yeah, I can finally reach that edge. Oh, that's been driving me fucking crazy.
Thank God you didn't go with your other idea, Claire, because I just realized how tall Gleam is compared to you.
He didn't get pit punched in the face.
Get his eyes poked out.
No, he's 5'10", he's not super tall.
And Kogo's 7'7".
Avi, so you pull a card, Avi, and on it is a very tasteful depiction of a tiefling that just says the best lay ever underneath it, but nothing happens when you draw the card and then it just vanishes.
Well, that's 6 seconds of my life I'm not getting back.
But if there's nothing else, after about 5 hours, the harbor master calls you up to the deck. And there's 2 items. There are 2 items that are being held by the guards. So everybody's back. What you see is that the guards are there, and one of them is holding a large burlap sack. And the other one is holding what looks like a small skull.
Wait, a burlap sack and a skull?
Yes, and the harbor master. So 2 things were found that are a little bit questionable. One, this is a gnome skull. We would like to know why you are in possession of the remains of someone.
Why do we have a gnome skull?
Well, ma'am, I'm sorry. That's mine. I found that when I was on shore with Aldrich when y'all went in the tower, and I just thought it was kind of neat and decided to keep it because, free skull. It's kind of cool.
When we were in the weird time runs different tower thing,
Aye.
that checks out. That place was fucking strange.
I would actually very much, ma'am, like to have that back. It's a souvenir. Like,
Yeah, that was a souvenir from a really weird place we went.
okay, and that guard just puts the skull down. The other one, she looks at this is a literal 10-pound bag of.
I'm going to need you to not finish that.
Gabby Nelson walks up. That one's mine. It's I have glaucoma. Gabby just looks at you. I have glaucoma.
Oh, I was gonna say it was probably Kogo's for you. Excuse me?
10 pounds of the devil's lettuce?
His name is Gabby Nelson.
That is a lot.
No, yeah, that checks out.
Kogo's gonna.
Sounds like Gleam may have a new best friend on this boat.
Yeah, I was about to say Kogo's gonna try to stifle a sniffle because she's sad at seeing it all go to waste.
He then produces and unfolds. He actually has a prescription.
Thanks.
And goes over and takes the bag away from the guard and then quickly goes below deck.
Kogo just breathes a small sigh of relief.
What is there a big bag of drugs that Kogo has somewhere on the boat now?
Well, they never know.
I
had those mushrooms somewhere. I mean, I earned them fair and square.
I won't lie, I thought you ate all of them.
Saves a couple here and there.
I think that answers your question about what the guys were, huh?
It does. I was just going to make sure because that's an inordinate amount. It's not illegal here. It's just that was a lot.
We are at sea for long sense of time, doing very, very, very things. As you can see for the amount of things in our hold. We've been away from home for a couple of years now. We're
slowly making our way back to drop off. If it has been a slightly extended voyage.
If you're around us enough, and you'll find that a lot of what we do is a lot.
It's probably best that you don't, honestly, in full disclosure.
You hunt artifacts for a trading house out of Barbosa. You're going to see weird stuff. I'm surprised you don't have stories of a kraken yet.
Please don't jinx us.
We have plenty of things. Kraken is the least of our worries.
This is not unnerved. We have giant birds.
She just looks very confused. Okay, so as what I need to tell you, it is 15 gold a night if you wish to get security, 10 gold a night per boat on the docks to be in the harbor. The damage to your boat is probably going to take near a month to fix.
I'm so sorry, it's going to be so bad.
I'm pretty sure we're like a year late meeting your sister. Also, what's your thing?
What was that?
What?
What's your face? It's different.
I don't know. I can finally reach all the way up my nose, though. Bugging me for a while.
Arlana just kind of her head looking at Kogo like, seriously, she kind of touches her nose like, there's something different. You look slightly different.
I think she's 5 inches taller, has a tail, and now has a nose and freckles.
I don't even have I noticed the tail? I probably have.
At this point, probably. I got back on the boat with it. But, so Kogo's finally going to reach up and, like, actually kind of feel the nose and think about it for a second and kind of have that, like, oh shit, I really have a nose now. And then all of a sudden she's going to whip around, lock eyes with Gleam, point her finger, and shout, "You!" Charge over, grab him by the shoulders. Motherfucker, that magic you did was good!
I'm assuming I'm being held like a child in the air.
You are now, yes. It started out with, like, the full, like, vice grip on either shoulder, but then it swapped into, like, the whip up and, like, big bear hug.
I just hug her back and say, "You're welcome."
My nose hasn't been this straight since I was 3 years old.
As I look to them, I'm assuming they're behind us, and I just go like, rub my shoulders like, "Who the fuck I did?"
You do the gem stare.
Yeah.
Does the party now believe that Gleam actually fixed?
That's up to them, because I'm pretty sure Kogo believes she did it. Gleam, do you know if you did it or not?
Green giant.
I'm apparently the best doctor who's ever fucked me.
Apparently you got a future in plastic surgery at this rate.
Fucking growing arms back, fixing noses.
Hey, at least the noses are less awkward when she thanks you than if she thought that, you know, you provided a free tit left. That would have been a little weird.
He probably would have been okay with it.
Right, because she would have immediately stripped down to check them out.
I mean, it would have been like,
Thank you, Avi. That the stream just came back up as you said that.
Yep, that's right where the stream comes back in.
Kogo is normally on the deck staying shirt anyway, so I'm pretty sure we've all seen him.
So the stream probably didn't catch some of the stuff, but I'm still recording this, so whenever it gets put on YouTube.
Sorry about that. Our internet at home sucks. Donkey butt.
Yeah, it decided to poop the bed. So she says, I have more than enough people here to bring you into the dry dock. There's no one else there. You'll probably take up all of our dry dock with this vessel. My assessment of the damage is it's going to be about 1,000 gold.
Oh, well, okay.
That's the thing.
I've also noticed that your captain quarters are damaged, and that can be done for another 300.
Yeah. Alright, go ahead.
Definitely. Something that you said that we very much appreciate.
And also 2 vessels for 30 days. We can give you the extended rate that cuts it in half, so about 450 gold.
Oh my god.
How much do we have party gold?
Enough.
I'm gonna say, 'cause if we didn't, I could pay for the Tory repairs.
And we have
Reach.
Shoot, you weren't there. Let's see. We're currently sitting at like 55k
Oh, yeah, okay, fine, we're good.
just in gold.
Do you say that? Do you say that out loud?
No, I'm informing Emily, who was not here when I went over the loot list earlier.
Yeah,
Payment probably should have. So
we are a official boat of a trading company. We got the bucks.
To be fair, 80% of what's in your hold, though, is not necessarily yours, but also these are required traveling expenses.
Correct. So it's going to be 1,700 gold for everything.
She just nods.
I have like 60 if you need it.
She goes, now if you want to round it to an even 2,000, we can detail the boat. We can also provide you with lodging for the entire time.
That sounds amazing.
The paint is getting a little faded anyway.
This is right as you say that. That's when the harbor master looks at both of your vessels and realizes what you actually have painted on them.
It's our logo. The Kogo logo.
That is not our logo. That is just
all.
handiwork of co-captain here.
This is what happens when we leave her unsupervised.
Just gonna give a really big grin, stick them in the air, like, yeah.
I will send our secretary, our accountant, to your office tomorrow to settle up everything. If that's
That is fine. Thank you for cooperating, and we will be on our way. So,
Thank you.
and she leaves. Y'all are now free to enter the city.
Pleasure doing business with you. Who wants to go get drunk?
Kogo!
Okay, boss, he's getting drunk too.
Gleam, you drink?
I'll do.
She's gonna double finger gun you with her little baby. No, I guess the finger with the sugar. Under the bandage, she's doing a double finger gun. Just go. Let's go. I'm buying.
We do have some business to attend to before the festivities begin. There is the matter of the new crew members sorting out their pay with Heckle, Jekyll, and Larry, and the two applicants who jumped onto our ship. So we will come together and settle up them and get their rates squared away, assign duties, assign ships, and then we will get absolutely shit hammered.
Okay,
That sounds like a smart captain problem that you two can deal with. Kogo out.
allowed to go near anything or touch any wands.
Hannah is 30 gold a week, and she works as a navigator and as a merchant, and has contacts that you can also use for business. Nunya, he is very open to the negotiations on his pay.
All the letters you can eat.
He is a carpenter and a deckhand is what he is skilled at.
Who's our other carpenter?
Sani.
No. We pay Sonny a week.
We pay Sonny.
Y'all don't pay Sani. Sani is she's employed by Velo directly. The rest of your crew is subcontracted. Sani, Torben, the goblins, and y'all. And Boss.
And as far as Gleam goes, I am proficient in water vehicles, and I would assume he'd be an okay navigator, being that he worships the sun. Other than that, he's not very strong, he's not very smart, he's not very charismatic, he doesn't have very high constitution, and he's not very dexterous.
And the 3 guards will work for you at the standard rate of a deckhand. They're more or less happy to be out of where they were.
Bethany is a navigator and rope maker. We pay her 25 a week, so that's probably 20-25 probably be fair for money. I always say 20 for Nunya since he's higher.
Yeah. So we have that, and then let's see.
Hey, we got 5 people watching.
I could be the doctor.
Cool.
I could be the ship doctor.
She can't be fully hat.
Do you mean me, Dr. Parnassus?
And then 30 for the guards. So we got the 2, and then.
For like half a second, I definitely thought that Dr. Parnassus literally just busted through the door saying, like, what? No, I'm here.
How are your colons?
That's not. We left him with the halfling.
Y'all are going to get back to the healthiest island of halflings ever.
I was just going back through the chat from earlier before I got on, and I just saw their Kogo. Fucking chicken strips.
Fucking chicken strips.
Is anybody actually commenting in the stream?
Well, we have 5 watchers, which is more than we have sometimes.
Cool.
Hendrix is watching, he's just not in chat.
So, Kogo, you are running into the city.
Yeah, she's just still going to get drunk.
Okay, so
Robbie and I, I'm gonna go. Mom, go to drink, come on.
so you're leaving.
Kogo would have tried to grab Gleam if he was free.
So y'all are leaving Avi to do the money shit.
No, I said after we square away the money, I'm going to go find Boz. They were going to drink, come on.
Okay, so you grab Gleam as you're leaving Kogo, and you can see that the halfling trio is already out of there, and they are carrying Kiwi over them to Kiwi's objections as they are running into town.
Did he seem like just kind of pissed off or like super upset, like worried upset?
Kiwi's pissed because the 3 of them have decided that they're going to go get their drink on, and they're taking Kiwi with them to drink.
Okay, she's gonna cheer him on.
But as several of
we are forcibly team building with the boss.
You weren't quite done with all you work, you dumb shitheads. You get back over there and finish cleaning that boat. Oh, fuck no. We gonna go get drunk. You gonna get drunk. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be a good time. Older. We're gonna go do some karaoke. But so several of the crew are with you, Kogo and Gleam. As you're making your way, first thing you see is that there is a really dense forest. But artificial forest is what you can tell. It's been planted here. It's not, and someone's cared for it because they're not native species. But you see in Orcish a sign nailed to the side of one of the trees that says "The Fen."
Like the Orcish?
It is spelled the same way. It says this is the Fen. The other thing you notice is there is a statue of a older female tiefling holding up a staff, and then off to the side a elderly half orc with a sword and shield, and underneath it, to our heroes and the namesake of this city.
Does it look like a swamp?
The Fen does not look like. It doesn't look like a swamp. It looks like a really dense thicket of trees. Like, literally think about like if a park was not taken care of for like about 10 years. So there's like, it's overgrown. It looks wild, but you can tell it's out of place.
Did Gleam actually come with Kogo, or did he have something else that he needed to do?
Wherever the wind takes him, so he's probably following.
Alright, cool. She's gonna point up at the two of them. These look kind of important. Do you know these?
Do I know these trees or these people?
The people. Statues.
Do
I
I
don't care
know
what
them?
no tree's name is.
Y'all can both
Yeah.
roll me a history check.
Nope.
Clicked mine. Oh, nope.
Nope. Neither of you know who the hell those two are.
This seem important. Or not. People make statues about stupid stuff too.
I guess that's true. That is true. I don't know. Kind of cool. How big are the statues?
Probably about 10 or so feet tall.
Are they well made?
Yes.
Don't know.
Looks cool, at least.
Are there like offerings on the ground?
There's flowers.
Like, does it seem religious, or does it just seem like they look more like heroes?
You feel like they're more like heroes.
I think it'd be cool to have a statue like that, wouldn't they?
Learn how to carve in stone. You can make one of yourself.
That is true. I did enter a couple competitions though when I was a teenager. That was the quickest to eat an entire chicken, and I came in pretty high in that. So maybe I could beat that now. They'll probably make me a statue for that.
Or at least give you a trophy.
Oh, mini. Cool.
So if you were to go to the south, you would go to the Fen and the temple. Like, there seems to be a path that goes to the Fen. If you go to the north, you will go to the market district known as the Stalls, which is also where a lot of sailors go directly.
Is the temple high enough that I could have seen markings on it?
You can see the roof, but you can't see if there's any markings on it.
Well, they said they go to the south. They go to the inn, right?
Yep, the inn is in the Miro Way, which is in the southern end of the town. You will be staying at the inn named Taters, Tadder apostrophe S.
Delicious.
I think we're supposed to go drinking. I guess we have to walk. Can we go this way and then around, or do we have to go through the Fen?
You will go through the Fen. The quickest way would be through the Fen. This town is not big enough for y'all to really get lost in. So I mean, you might end up going the wrong way, but you know generally to the south, and you can always look back out and see the ocean and be like, oh, okay, that was where we came from, so we need to go that way. So,
let's walk this way then.
Okay. So y'all are walking through the fen. Arlana, you're getting boss and going to go drinking after you and Avi solve the money situation.
And what was the statue of again that they saw?
You don't know. You haven't seen it yet.
Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna go find Boss, we're going drinking.
I'm done. And just like he jumps off the boat. I mean, like literally the last couple people are there. Let me see. The people that volunteered to stay behind on the Devil's Pride are Gobbert, Drogob, and Devnik. Everyone else is headed in the town.
Okay.
And on the Tory, Torben and Bethany are going to volunteer to stay behind.
Good.
So, Avi, are you going to make your way into town as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so as y'all make it over this way with the remainder of your crew, y'all see that there's a sign that would tell you if you go to the north, you would go to an area called Stalls, which looks like the markets, and like there are some bars. There is a sign that says the Fen nailed to this tree that looks out of place here. And then there are two statues that are ahead of you. One looks like a middle-aged tiefling holding a staff up, and the other looks like a elderly half-orc bearing a sword and shield. And the plaque at the bottom says, "Our heroes," and the namesake of the city. That's what you can see that far away. There is a little bit more written down below.
I want to go see what it says.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay, you go up, and as you look at the bottom, you see Kaloum, the fiery blade, and New Bels Beltari, the Grand Mage.
Oh my god.
Hey, y'all both said your characters went off to the east and started looking around. So this is one of the places. Bels is named after Beltari.
Is the spell on the boat archivated? Is this where we're going with this, like, congruent stuff?
Say that again?
Is the gnome skull archivated? Like, is this the level of continuity we've got here?
No, it's not Archibanks' skull. It was just they found a skull on that beach.
Oh my god.
Wow, virtual high five! We started a city!
Yeah!
Well, they named the city after you. This town originally had another name.
So we gotta put a name after us.
Oh, that's awesome. There's a statue of it. Okay, now I want to know, did they look like badass mofos in the statue?
They did, but you could also see that this wizards live a long time. Eldritch Knights do not get that benefit, but neither live as long as like druids or monks once they hit that ageless body. So Kaloum was probably pushing close to 80 in the statue.
Oh.
But still, wearing full plate mail with a broadsword and a massive shield and a cloak.
Fucking old. I want to go back and ask a million questions about what they look like.
But, so the last thing we're going to do is, Kogo, y'all are going through the Fen. And you get you can start smelling the smells that remind you of the time you spent with your mother in the Fen that she's from, in the actual Fen back on Egeth. Just these pungent spices, cinnamon, star anise, cumin, cardamom, just these rich, earthy smells. The smell of roasting meat. You can actually, as you get closer, you see that off to the side, you see what looks like a small orcish encampment has been built. And you can see that some of them are fighting, some of them are praying that their gods leave them alone. But give me a perception check.
Well,
you think you see someone really familiar? Because for a second you lock eyes with them, and then they walk away.
like back into the encampment?
Yep.
Alright, Gleam, were you hanging back to look at the statues?
No, I've been walking with you.
Okay. She's gonna look over at you. I'm gonna run over here right quick. I'm gonna see what these guys are up to. I mean, they're beating each other up. Looks like fun. And she's gonna point at her nose. Might as well put this thing to the test, eh? And she's gonna like tap him with the backhand on the chest.
Do you want me to come with or stay here?
It's up to you. You think this will be fun? Hey, who knows? Maybe you can get a new job being able to, mend them up after all this. Pretty good.
Just meander behind her with her.
And she's gonna make her way into the encampment.
Okay, as you make your way into the encampment, Kogo, again, it feels like you're coming home. It has been a minute since you've actually gotten to go into a proper, or as close to a proper Finn as this. You know that north on the island of Pyrrhus, there is an actual orcish encampment. And there's a Finn town in Barbosa, but Finn towns are nice, but it's not as good as actually getting back fully into it. And you see this large teal-skinned orc that you kind of remember duck into one of the yurts real quick, like they have something that they're doing.
Are there any other non-half-orc or orcish people here?
There's scattered halflings. I mean, you know that the Finn is not 100% orcish. Like other groups have been absorbed into it, but once you're the Finn, you are the Finn. It's just most of it. The largest percentage of the population is orc and half orc, but there are humans.
Okay, so
You see one Goliath that is just pouring buckets of sweat. That just has their tattoos do not look like the normal Goliath tattoos. They look like the tattoos of the Finn, very much a nature motif with the curves and branches and vine type design. There's also a rather buff-looking blonde-haired half-orc that's over at the altar. Hair is slowly blowing in the breeze majestically.
So Gleam though isn't like the only non-orcish thing.
No,
basically, right?
Gleam's not the only one. There's, like I said, there's a scattering of other folks. Other than orcs and half-orcs, the group that you notice the most are halflings, but in this area that's not going to be unusual.
Alright. She's gonna scan around right quick. Does she see any food stall type things of classic
There's no food stalls, but there is a large communal cook fire that's going on.
You need to give me some of that later. Well, Gleam, I'm gonna check something over here, just right quick. Do you want to look around and take in the culture? That'd be cool. I'll be right back. Sound good?
Yep.
And she's just gonna turn around and start going without
I'll
waiting.
give her guidance as she walks away.
All right.
Lasts for a minute.
Cool.
Right.
So, Kogo, you're guided. As Kogo, you walk off, Gleam. Within Kogo getting away from you and just far enough that she would not notice, the blonde-haired, rather buff half-orc seems to be done praying, comes over to you. Hi, how you doing?
Doing well, and you?
Pretty good. Hey.
Cool.
If you're not doing anything,
hey,
he just hands you a piece of paper and then walks off.
Is there anything written on it?
There is. It's a torn piece of parchment. Like, you can tell, like, he ripped it, but it seems to be like a time and a place for his wrestling match. It seems like he is trying to self-promote.
All right. He's pretty buff looking.
Yeah, he's almost he's almost as big as Kogo, but he has some very fine, delicate, angular features to his face. Slightly more pointed ears and that flowing blonde hair. You see it. It says Delphar the Bone Crusher versus Angus the Decapitator.
Just looking at him and then thinking about what Kogo looks like, who I think would win.
Oh, dude, you know Kogo would whoop his butt.
All right.
But that's also because you don't know if this dude can wholeheartedly lift you up with one arm and a baby hand. Kogo did.
Is there a time and date on the wrestling promo?
It is in 3 days, and it will be in the Finn in the evening.
Let me add this.
Kogo,
That's right.
are you going to enter into the yurt?
She's gonna like look at the outside of the yurt and see if it seems to be like, is this a communal tent? Is this like a private one? Like, see if like there's any like markings on it or something.
It is very much a communal tent. As you're looking around, none of these tents seem to be marked with none of the tents in this immediate circle seem to be marked with the ownership. Like, there's no orcish writing on it that like says this is mine.
Yeah, like the thing.
And something that's, just to bring this in, because it's in the other game we're playing with Canon, and since Prey's other character is from the Finn, you know that to build, if someone's name's on it, that means that is a house that belongs to an adult, because you're not an adult in the Finn until you build your own yurt without help.
Gotcha.
But these communal ones are just easy access and for anyone to use.
Should we go ahead and go in then?
Well, Kogo, when you go in, you see a face you haven't seen in several years. The large teal half-orc was speaking with a large, muscular, female full-blooded orc, and you are staring at Gruhaka Dagroda. Or Dagroka, your mother, who is sitting on a wooden high-backed chair, and she is just looking at you with a big grin, and that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh my god.
And so this place feels like a hippie commune a little bit.
I don't know if I would say hippie commune.
But a commune.
Yeah, I guess something. Yeah, it's the Finn. Okay, there's two predominant orcish cultures in Arax. There are the Zai, which are very much think like far western China, like Central Europe or Central Eurasia type culture base. Very much into organization, structure, and the spice trade. And then the Finn are the traditional kind of naturalistic, but
like tribalistic.
A lot of druids, a lot of nomadic lifestyle, but they live in Finns, and like here in the archipelago, perfectly cool. On Egeth, cool. In the other game, not so much, but they're pretty much They like to go out to sea. They like exploring. They respect others. And more or less, the thing that you really would know Gleam as a priest of another religion, the Finn pray to their gods to leave them the hell alone. Like, anytime they pray to their gods, it is, do not mess this up for me today. So it is very different from the religion that you are used to and what you participate in. If that makes sense.
Religion only.
Say that again?
Either way. Did I get a glimpse of the person that Kogo was walking after, or no?
Give me a perception check. With the 12, you would have seen. You really wouldn't. It really wouldn't have stood out to you because you wouldn't have known them. But like I said, this is where we're going to end. Kogo, your mom's here.
Yay!
And y'all will have a little bit of downtime, plus some possible side quests that you can do while you are in the city of Bels, named after a character from a previous game.
And Monday Night Raw.
So, everybody, thank you for tuning in. And Kyle, if you'll do us the pleasure.
We made funny stuff. We did things. Abby has a headache. Y'all have fun. Come back to see us again next time, folks. Until then, I don't let you be, bro.
You.
Night.
Kogo's mama.
I don't know.